YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Steph. So today's video, I want to talk about what I have learned through my simping days is me being a beta male cuck. Me, being that way, growing up. Three things I learned. One of the things I learned is what women say and what women do are two different things. Right? What women say, and what do I mean by that? This is because a lot of guys are new to this. A lot of guys really don't understand. What a woman says is not reality. It's not. What a woman does is what her reality is. Always remember that. What she say, it doesn't matter. She could say she want a nice guy and a good guy, and oh, it's not true that good guys don't finish last. Man, good guys don't even finish the race. Good guys don't last at all, fellas. And society has deemed us to be good guys, just like how they did Frank Castle and Bruce Wayne. They wanted them to remain good guys after what happened to their families. After they watched their families get torn apart and put to death, they still wanted these people to remain good guys. You get nothing out of being a good guy in this world. Only thing you get is you get taken advantage of. That's it. You get treated like you're nobody. Like you don't exist. The females I used to talk to, bro, and it's just funny because I just think about it still to this day. I'm like, dang, man, like the game really works when you apply it. I mean, it don't work if you don't apply it, but it really works when you apply it. And I remember when like certain chicks I talked to, man, they would just treat me like trash. They would treat me like dirt. And now it's like, 5, 6 years later, I was in high school back in 2015. That's when I graduated. 6, 7 years later of me being gone from high school, 5 years later, most of them single mothers, complaining on social media, up in my DMs, right? Slept with my best friend. He got her pregnant. Like, this is all the stuff that I went through, right? Me catching the buses in a negative 30-degree weather for those that's from the Midwest, Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit. Y'all know the Midwest is cold as a mud. Minnesota. I'm catching a bus all the way from High Numbers, Silver Spring, all the way to Bayshore just to give her something that she don't even appreciate. And what I get, crumbs. You know what I'm saying? That's why I believe, I think 21 Savage said that, a woman can come into a man's life and he can change that whole woman's life, but a woman can't change a man's life, and that's very true. That's very true. That is how we use hypergamy to our advantage. I will say this again. I will always say this. Your success as a man is equivalent to her beauty in her prime. If you are not successful, bro, you are not seen in this world with women. Or should I say, a lot of women. And successful is subjective. It doesn't mean you're a millionaire. It just means that you're well off. And well off just means that when them bills paid, you well off. You can do as you please. Because you're free. And I just think about these things, man. Like, I remember the chick I used to talk to over the phone, like, every other night. I used to validate her, blow her head up, and call her beautiful, and I always wanted to get with her. And she'd be crying over the phone with me about some guy that's cheating on her. And 2 months later, she taking a Valentine's Day picture with him. She taking a Valentine's Day picture with him. And that brings me over to my next reason. Next thing that I learned about women, female nature, in my simping days. Once he is her sexual imprint, there is no going back. There is no getting away. There is no escape away from him. Like the girl I was just telling you guys about, right? The girl I was just telling you guys about, she was mad in love with this dude. Would never give me the time of day. Would never pull up on me and have me come talk to her in her car. With nothing. I wouldn't get nothing. As soon as I got a girl, now she all up on me. As soon as I got a girl, now when she see me at State Fair, oh, hey, Stefan, hey. But it was never like that when I was single. It was never like that when I was single. So there's a bonus credit to 2B, or should I say 2A, 2B. Once you get a girl, or you get women, or should I say, once you get a girl, or once women see that other women find you attractive, like you're with other women and stuff like that, they're going to want to be with you. It's crazy. It's backwards. Right? But staying on topic with number two. You know, I watch some of these female YouTube channels, and it was one of these videos that said that, you know, how to not fall in love with the player. And the first step she said was to not sleep with the player. And I read the comments, and all the females said, sis, I'm sorry, but I failed level 1. Of course they will fail level 1. Because the player is who she wants. The player is her sexual imprint. That Chad, that Tyrone, that guy that's just irresistible, a guy that she can never stop thinking about, that's what she wants forever. That's the second thing that, you know, I learned in my simping days. No matter what, I cannot stop her from wanting to talk to that one guy. I'm gonna tell you something, man. That's why I don't encourage guys to take single mothers serious on a commitment level, on an exclusivity level, because baby daddy is always in them guts. Baby daddy is always on her mind. But you just a cleanup man. Kid ain't yours no way. Because it's that emotional attachment that she built through sex. And it's something that you, as a man, you cannot break that barrier. You can't. You just can't. And that's just something that you got to deal with. We all, as men, sometimes as men, you got to realize, I can't sleep with her. She don't want me. Why do you are afraid of rejection as a man, dog? If she don't want to sleep with you, bro, move on to the next female that want to. They want to be a part of you. The sex is better when she wants to really do it. Not when she's forced. Not when it's transactional. Right? Oh, yeah. He ain't nothing. No, I don't really like him. Stefan, she crying to me on the phone. I remember these conversations I had with this chick. This chick was very beautiful. Is she now somewhere in college? Oh, Stefan, she crying to him. He ain't nothing. He did me so wrong. I went through his phone. He was sleeping with all these chicks. A week later, they post a picture on Facebook. She digging out them guts. Extra credit number 2, you have about 2 weeks to 1 week before you get with the woman that broke up with her ex-boyfriend. There's a small window that you have to get back with her, or, you know, her get back with her man. These women hate being alone. They can talk about, their boyfriend can be as beta as ever. Their boyfriend can be very beta, but I'm going to tell you that these women rather be with a beta boyfriend than being alone. Trust me. And they don't even know why. These women talk all this crap in the beginning. Oh, yeah, I'm single. I'm doing me. 2 days later, bam, that emotional wall hit them because they can't help it. They cannot be alone. They can't be us. And that's why when the man is afraid to be alone, what is he called? A beta male. That's the second thing I knew growing up in my simp days. I figured it out that, you know, that imprint, that guy should never stop talking to that one guy that really did it to her. That really did it for her. No matter what. You know, these women can make all these dating advices. The women make dating advice for women to get out of situations. And I make advice for you guys to understand situations, because we're not into situations, because that's just how we were created. Women were created to be entitled and always into someone's situation. So that's why when they're not in a man's space and a man's situation, or when they're not in getting that attention, they feel some type of way. Because they're always entitled to want to be in situations. Women are born in situations. We have to create them. We as men have to create situations for ourselves. We have to create the vibe. Women already, just vibe is automatically there because she's a woman. She has titties and ass. Right? Facts. So when these women make these type of videos, it's for them to get out of the situation that they're in. I make videos for guys to understand that the situation that they're going to get into and how they can get into the situation, how they can get into the guts, how they can get into the relationship with the alpha mindset, how they can build a rotation with chicks, because we don't just automatically have that. The average guy is not getting laid. Let's just keep it a buck. Last and final thing that I really figured out, I learned about female nature. The last and final thing that I learned through my simping days was it's crazy, bruh. It's really crazy that a ring don't mean shit. I do, no, that don't mean nothing. That means nothing. It's all about her respect level with you as a man. That's what it's all about, fellas. The ring, it don't really matter. All these steps, all these things that I went through in my life, that's why I talk about them. Because I don't just hands-on experience these things. I experience these things through other people as well. Because I see it from another side as well. Right? And when I see it, it's just crazy to me. And all like you can't red pill your friends. You can't like wake your friends up. Like some guy asked Steph, is it possible for a guy to understand these things and he didn't go through heartbreak? No, it's not possible. You gotta go through these things to understand what I'm really coming through. Because if not, you gonna be commenting that beta male simp man trying to comment. Who hurt you? Who hurt you? I've been hurt a lot, fellas. That's why I talk about these things. I've been hurt a lot in my life. Right? I've been hurt a lot in my life. It hurts the most when you put your all into a woman and she gives you back 0%. I had that done to me 3 times. 3 times. And I would be a fool to have it done the 4th time. That's why I give you guys the game. That's why I tell you guys to look out for these things when dealing with women. I don't want you to hate them. I just want you to understand them and embrace it. There's always a woman out there for you. You, as a man, if you want a higher quality type of woman as far as on the SMV scale, you got to improve yourself, fellas. Extra credit. What I learned in my simping days. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all want me. What does that mean? When you're successful and you're on your grind as a man and you self-improving yourself, women want you. When you first starting off, they're not going to want you. When you start getting results, they're going to want you. I learned that in my simping days. Why? Because I first started my self-improvement in my entrepreneurship, my business, and me really working on myself 5 years ago. Now that I'm 22 years young, I can really see how real hypergamy is. Women at the gym didn't even know who I was, but they was always giving me choosing signals. And then when they found out who I was, now they speak to me every day with a flirty sexual vibe. And they're probably watching this video right now. I don't care. You can't help it. You can't help to know who I am right now, and it's very intriguing to you. That's another thing, fellas. So what if your girl watched these videos? So what if your wife watched these videos? So what if the women in your rotation watch these videos? She can't help it. She can't help it. She can't help it. She can't help but to have the intriguing thought of your seductive words, your alpha mindset, your masculine frame, 24/7, digging out her guts until she busts. Literally just digging out her guts and talking to her, all sexy and soft. Because her emotions is involved in with how you make her feel. She can hear these videos all she wants. It don't matter. Don't matter. So that's why I talk about these things, man, because I'm going through these things right now, still to this day. Had a woman say, oh, how come you didn't tell me you were famous? That is hypergamy. That's why when you are a high value man, you have to walk like it, talk like it, and look like it at all times. At all times. Start working on yourself, man. Work on your wardrobe. Work on your shoe game, man. Your cologne game. Woman standing next to you talking to you, you should be smelling like a boss. Because you are a boss. And you got to walk like you a boss. You got to look like you a boss. You got to look like you it, bruh. Start with up here, though. If here ain't good, then you can't do nothing. You're not going to change. You're really going to remain the same. That's what it's about. These things that I learned through the simping days, bruh, had made me become a colder man, a better man. Yeah, you might be going through red pill rage. She hurt your heart. She broke your heart. I just think that we just need to move on from that. But one day we'll get it. And one day it'll make sense. It's not for everybody to get. But like I said, if you get it, you'll be cold, G.